Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. This week, well, not a lot of news again. I guess they're just going to stick with the WWE and let us sit in that for a while. Weekly deals coming up. Carnarvon Action X and the 3485M. Honestly, the Action X is a tank worth getting for 50% off. And like I've said in previous videos, always buy your premium tanks on sale. I mean, if you really have your heart set on something, go ahead. But otherwise it's really not worth it. Long Haul Challenge is back, and then there's going to be some weekly deals on the Type 62 and the Kirovits. This game we're going to be in Erlenburg, me and Hoops. Good to be platooned up with my boy again. And Erlenburg's pretty easy. We spawn in the south, head to D9, make sure you don't lose that side of the map. Do not proceed forward down the A-B line because everyone will be camping in C2 along with Artie, which will have free shots on you. Can go to the 1-2 line if you really feel aggressive, but be careful. It's very difficult to get shots there. And really this red circle where we spawn, there's a nice little bush. You can keep them from coming across the field, much like the north side of the map. Because you can use that bush to spot for your team, because generally there's going to be like snipers along the 9 line on your team that are going to be able to absolutely decimate anything that goes into that field, and you'll get a ton of spotting damage, which you'll see me and Hoops play this pretty much how I love to play this map every time I have a teammate. Honestly, you can say that about any map, that just gets easier if you have teammates with you. This one more so is just harder to play solo, because if your team chokes up the other side of the map, it's really hard to play from both sides, and you really just need to hope and pray your team can maintain whichever side you're on, either 9-0 if you start in the south, or the 1-2 if you start in the north. Now, I will contradict myself when I say when I spawn in the north, I love to try to take this hill. If you can take this hill away from the south spawn team, you have a huge chance of success to win the game. It is difficult, but it can be done. But nonetheless, we spawned in the south. I get into an aggressive position here. Artie can smack me. There's a bunch of tanks that aren't even spotted that could potentially get shots into me. And so I put it right on the edge of the map. That's the important thing. And they do have a tank on the 0 line, so I'm actually just going to abandon that. But our team is making a heavy push. But if you remember from the beginning, I said don't cross the A-B line. So I might have provoked a bad push by making that aggressive of a play. We'll see how that goes. Now we have nobody spotting in the south. We do have a heavy tank in like J6, but it looks like he's hiding behind a house and he's spotted by a scout. Now the Waffle kills the Sheridan. But since our scouts aren't really spotting, I let Hoops know that we should probably go south. Our team is set up in the north, and then as soon as we shift down here, a lot of our tanks follow along. So that's not good. We try to get set up in this bush. I'm just blind firing where I'm looking for tracers here, not getting any hit markers. You see their scout is spotted, but they tell you medium tanks, if you shoot all your shells, the longer reload you have. So I'm just trying to be a little conservative with that, but trying to take the shots where I can find them. Now as we push up here, the scout on our team gets a little bit more aggressive, starts to spot out. You see we're starting to lose the north end. Now for them, it's harder to push down the 9-0 line. When you're in the north spawn and you win the D9 hill, like it looks like they've sort of done, you want to line up on the 0 line, the 9 line, and then start to work the middle too. If you can compress them all into the canyon on the 9 line, then it is pretty easy. I mean, you still have to be patient and methodical, but it gets pretty simple to chew them up once they're in there. So I look for my final shell on the 113, and then I'm going to go for a full clip reload. And the AMX 5100 is able to break my gun. It's so annoying. And I don't have a repair kit, so I'm going to have to go with a broken gun the whole game. Once you're spotted there, you do risk getting shot by Artie. I mean, you're in the middle of a field. But I need to keep this stuff lit because my whole team is in H9. So this vision is critical, and you will watch and see how quickly everything just gets decimated here. I could go for the tracking shot and get assist, but I'm already spotting him, so I'll get all the spot assist anyways. So I don't really want to risk my reload time. The Waffly 100 takes out the Tiger 2. Not to mention, if I shoot here, I'm probably going to get spotted by the heavy tank. He's actually behind the house right now, but Hoops broke off, went back to dictate the north since that was starting to collapse, and he's going to try to just make sure that they're not spreading out. He's going to get eyeballs, and just as he pops that ridge, you can see they were starting to push mid, and there was a tank in D8 on the other side of the hill. So our team was really going to start getting compressed into the 9-line ridge, like I said before. You get shot into this 50 hundo. I feel like this is a dangerous tank to let live. Anytime you can take an autoloader out of the game, that is really huge. Especially if it's a good player in an autoloader. They can do a lot of damage to your team. Now, I'm just trying to get unspotted, get reset, try to work these bushes as long as I can, keep vision out for my team, but also try to get cross shots to help Hoops out. He's the only one popping that ridge up in the north. I think we do have the heavy in G9, maybe getting some vision, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Felt like it was just me and Hoops doing most of the work here. Chieftain turns his armor towards me, and then when he turns back, he gets caught out. And the 50B in the middle of the map absolutely wrecks me, puts me in a precarious position. I let my team know I'm falling back. I just cannot work that ridgeline anymore. And we're going to have to play it from the valley in the 9-line, which I hate doing because essentially this is how I beat the cell spawn every time I win D9 when I spawn in the north. Good thing is we still have artillery. That's huge on this map. It's a slow progressive game, so making sure you got artillery the whole way there is pretty important. Already can get some nice shots on here. It will really help you win the game. You are a scout and you have the opportunity to get rid of the opposing arty, definitely something you should do. Obviously, never throw your tank to kill artillery, but sometimes you can find a way in and out, get rid of their artillery, and get out of there as fast as possible. Now this chieftain is on a sliver of health, and we are able to shut him down with the second shot. Probably would have got him with the first shot had our gun not be broken, but unfortunately it is. Our T-49 is full health. Both our scouts are in a platoon, and I don't feel like they've done a great job of spotting. They've taken advantage of me and Hoops doing the spotting, so they've sat back, served their hit points, and sniped, which isn't the worst thing in the world because scouts in late game is very important as well. It's 4-6. We're scratching and clawing, trying not to give up the map here. But I just have no more hit points to play with, so I'm at the mercy of my team. I get targeted there. I'm not really sure who is targeting me. I think it might be Artie, so I'm going to try to use this hill and these houses as cover. Get unspotted. Slowly poke this ridge. See if we can find shots in this Trinity. With the broken gun, this is going to be a difficult shot. Alright, I got 4 shells. How many shells is it going to take to hit this guy? I'm even going to hit this guy. That was a poor shot. Probably shouldn't have taken that one. I just keep my reticle on him. Just kind of make him sweat a little bit. Make sure he knows he's detected. I think he's waiting for me to shoot. He still won't spot me even if I shoot. And finally we get our 3rd shell loaded up. We send one over and it flies true. We're able to take him out of the game. And our scout's making a very aggressive push down the 5 line. Let Hoops know that I need his help here. He quickly takes out the 279E. And now we have swung it back into our favor. Now, really, if you'd ask me, like, what should have the Reds done to finish this game? And to me, it'd be to squeeze us a little bit more. They had too many tanks sit on the 1-2-3 line, which you'll have in Erlenburg. A lot of people hate moving on this map. But once they pinned us down to the 9 line valley, if their team just presses across and pinches us down, then they have a huge advantage. Just multiple crossfires when we poke the 9 line hill, and we could just get chewed up if they were to push over as a team. But you guys all know teamwork in World of Tanks is not always the greatest. Alright, so we're looking for shots with a broken gun. This is going to be damn near impossible. Really, I should just be pushing up. But it is throwable too right now. Hoops is making the flank down to the 1-2 line. We're able to get 1 shot into the Centurion. Now I'm down to 1 shell. I'd prefer to reload here. Hoops takes out the E-75, and they are just left with a tank destroyer and an artillery piece. And like I said before, I probably should have just pushed in there. Been a little bit more aggressive, but with a broken gun and 300 hit points and a brothers in arms on the line, I just really didn't want to throw that away. So I was being careful. And it looks like this waffle has all but given up, which is able to take him down. And let's get to the endgame stats. It's not the greatest game in the Progetto. It's only a level 2. We do throw down 4K, 3 kills. Hoops throws down an awesome 5,304 kills, which I don't even think is an ace in the chisel. If you want an ace in the chisel, you gotta do a lot more work than that. And just wanted to feature this, A, because it's brothers in arms, B, because getting to play with Hoops again, having a buddy get out of Call of Duty for a bit and play with me back on tanks allows me to get more games in, more videos. And I know this is from earlier this year, but we are back playing. And looking at their team, it really wasn't that impressive, but they just didn't play it all together. But that's about it. I'll quit babbling. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.